Hi everyone, I'm Jean-Philippe. I'm half Belgian, half Dutch, so best of both worlds. So let's put it that way. Um, so um, I have like 10 minutes to talk about AxonJay. So 7, okay, 7 minutes. I get corrected. So 7 minutes. So where is AxonJay coming from? AxonJay is a pre-seed company, or in pre-seed stage AI company. So and we're inspired by nature. So I'm also a PhD in statistics, in demographics to be precise. But first of all, I'm an ornithologist. I believe that nature inspires us all and in everything. So I'm a strong believer in biomimicry. And all our algorithms are based on nature. You will understand this in a minute. So AxonJay is based on axon. We all know what an axon is, and we all know what a jay is. A jay is a very smart bird. So our purpose is to democratize AI. So the important thing is that today you have like a new world popping up, which companies are using AI and companies are not using AI. That's very important. Our mission is to make AI more accessible for every business. So that means that you virtually have to no-code AI, or how you come to AI. So, and we created, as we call it, a self-machine learning platform. So we won already several awards. So based on that, I'm not going to brag about our awards. That's not important, but it's important what the self-machine learning platform is doing. So the self-machine learning platform is why we call it self-machine learning. It's because it's unsupervised for us and it's supervised for the customers, because we believe that businesses will not work with unsupervised machine learning. There are too many or too much variables. Tomorrow you wake up and it's raining and you're taking different business decisions compared to today. So that's why you cannot let the machine loose and replace your decision taking. So we work globally. We operate also locally because data is, of course, locally embedded. We have already 2 offices. We're based headquartered in Brussels, and we have an office in London because we work quite a lot for the fintech. So we're based over there as well. So what makes us unique? We exist now just 2 years, so we are a post-COVID company. I sold my previous company in big data to Dun & Bradstreet, so I had to stay a little bit with Dun & Bradstreet, but I'm very grateful for Dun & Bradstreet because they give us the inspiration for our next endeavor, which is AxonJay, of course. So, and we have something very special with our team, is we are based in Brussels, in the Galerie du Roi, as we call it, and we have people working all over Europe. And every 6 weeks, we all come together for 1 week. We live and work together from the Galleria, and then we go back to our headquarters, personal headquarters, I must say then. All right, so, and our aim is indeed to bring AI to every company. So what is the AI market looks like? It's, like you can look at it from different angles. I have to demystify something also, is today in the press, 90% of they claim to be AI is not really AI. It's about business analytics, advanced analytics, etc., etc. So there's like 10 or 15% left, and 90% of this 10 or 15% is Gen AI or LLM. So you have like 10% left. That is what we call it, the real AI, the business AI that will impact the world tomorrow. People are not realizing that, but this is reality. So today you have a lot of machine learning, operating systems, etc., etc. But you always have to be a data scientist. You always have to know something about data. You always have to do stuff about that. So, and I just said that the business is done by business people, and it changes every day. So they need to give that feedback. They need to be, like, this is relevant for my business or not. And tomorrow it's raining, you'll take another decision. So it needs to be robust in that way as well. So this is where we want to head to. This is where AxonJay wants to go, and we do that with that machine learning platform. And what does it look like? Very simple. We are gathering lots of data, and like you can talk about different types of data, but we're translating the data into signals. And that is very important. Because when you translate it to signals, and it's a cocktail of signals that is influencing or predicting a behavior of a company. if a company is going to buy, if a company is going to hire, if a company is going to move, if a company is going to launch a new product. It's based on signals. And you can find those signals. But who am I as a data scientist to tell what the right signals? I'm not a marketeer, I'm not a finance guy, I'm not a recruiter, I'm not XYZ. The customer is. So he needs to be able to give feedback and compose and work with that machine learning platform. So we invented, therefore, as we call it, a data peeling technique. We're very proud to be the global startup winner of Google Cloud. So we've invented a new way of looking at the data. As you all know today, 4% of all electricity in the world is used by data centers. And I told you about the bottom size of the iceberg that will come up. With more AI on the market, it will only increase. So we translate data into signals, and we only will go after the data that is impacting the cocktail of signals. So we don't crawl the whole universe of data all the time, so we don't have to use deep learning models all the time. So that's why we are more effective, and we can work in real time that way as well. So that's one thing. The other thing is that, I give you an example. We work for the financial sector. We are monitoring in real time and predicting the whole universe of alternative funds. We all know alternative funds, real estate funds, hedge funds, private equity funds. Well, they are all emitting signals. The fund managers does, or the fund itself does, etc., etc. So we are translating that into signals, and then the machine makes a prediction. This fund is going to open, is half filled, will have a new vintage year, is doing this, is doing I, change fund of fund manager, for instance. And the machine is telling also which cocktail of signals triggered that result. And he's showing which signal is having which weight in the algorithm. So that means that the end user can easily say good, bad, and is influencing in real time the algorithm as well. So it's a gray box. It's not a black box, because today all AI is project-based, is bespoke-based. You get the results, you don't know how the results come or came from, and you have to go back. And the day you receive that result, it's already outdated because the data in the back has changed.
That's 7 minutes, so let's
okay. I'll quickly go faster, and you can give feedback on that. So I just explained that. That's the feedback loop, as we call it. All right, so like I said, I think I said most of the points. To finish, we have several products. We have several products because we need to simplify our platform. We work for HR, we work for finance, but we do also some special projects that are demanded. And compared to the competition, our models are, of course, in real time, and they're robust because of the data peeling and because of your feedback. They're always in real time. All right, as my 7 minutes are over, I need to stop. You still can read what the customer think of us. So, yes?
Yeah, no, I have one big main question. So you want to democratize AI for everyone, but what I usually also see with business is that companies that try to cater to everyone are essentially catering to no one. How are you dealing with this? Don't you see specific issues that companies have that you aren't able to address because they are industry specific?
That's what we said. We have like products. So for instance, we have an AI HR assistant where we will rank all companies and predict all companies that are going to hire or fire or lay off, and also which job post will be hot in the market. So, and based on your feedback, and you see why it's ranked that way. So the recruiter will see, oh, that company is number one because he launched a new product, he appointed a new CEO, he has like that many job posts, and we predict also job posts, and he will be able to see that. So when he calls his customer, he can say, hey, I saw you did this, this, and this, and this, because I saw those signals, and he can match that already with his CV database, and then he has a different discussion. So you need to make it market specific. That's why we have products on the platform to make it market specific.
Okay.
But we're not the judge on how we have to recruit, because we call it an AI assistant, because your calling is to be a recruiter, is to help people. It's not to go on Google to find which companies are going to hire, to make predictions on that, etc., etc. Let the machine do it for you, but the machine needs to tell you why he's doing it. That's the big difference.
Okay. That's time. Thank you, Jean-Philippe of AxonJay.
Thank you.